What up, everybody? It's me, DB, here back, giving you a different kind of show today. I know that, I said Monday and Friday. Yesterday, I got a little bit busy, was, doing some things, and I'm actually glad that I did because it actually benefited me and landed me 2 interviews tomorrow. So, okay. See what I mean? And that brings me to today's video. Today's video is going to be a interview tutorial on how to properly present yourself when you are going on an interview. I know I have a lot of friends and family who I've heard say, I haven't been on an interview in so long. I don't know. I'm scared. I always get nervous. I don't know what to say. I kind of, stumble with my words and this and that. So I'm going to, give you a few tips, and then I'm going to do a mock interview and show you my secret to, success basically when going on interviews, because I'm about 19 for 22 when it comes to interviews and jobs, basically. I've had the opportunity to work for this many companies. So basically, I know what I'm doing when I go on an interview. I'm able to execute every interview the same way and basically get hired every time. I've only been on, I would say, maybe 6 interviews that I did not get the job out of 20-something jobs. 24, 25 most likely. And here's, a list of the jobs that I've, been able to work with companies like, let me see, Disney. I've been able to work for Best Buy, CDW, Target, Mart, Walmart, just so many companies, Hampton Inn, radio stations. I've been able to work for so many companies. I could go on and on, look at the list. I probably wrote down the list and put it all right here, but I've been able to work for a lot of companies, companies that you probably wouldn't even think that you could get a job at or even get an interview at, and I've been able to get that and been able to execute the interview very well. So I'm going to give my secret, give my tea on how to get these interviews, answer these questions and everything. So first things first, I want to say the first thing that you have to do when getting ready for an interview is dress for the gods, honey. And what dress for the gods, honey means, and I have, the dictionary right there. Dress for the gods basically means present yourself well. When you go on an interview, don't wear these, ladies, don't wear these fashion bug shirts and these, sheer fashion bug and June bug shirts from back in the day. Get yourself a nice blouse, get yourself maybe a nice button up top, and some nice slacks, or maybe, a long skirt. Don't go in there with short skirts on and showing up your goodies and all that stuff, because something fell, y'all. Damn. Had to edit that out. But yeah, don't go in there showing all your goodies, because the first impression is everything. Men, make sure that you are dressed for the gods. Like I said, have on a nice button-up tee with a tie, and some nice slacks. Don't go in there with your pants baggy. Don't go in there without a belt on. Don't go in there with an old wrinkled polo on. Don't go in there with anything that's popped. Because that first impression is everything. As soon as they see you, and that first impression before they're taking you into the room to do the interview is basically one of the most important parts of the interview. The next thing that I want to say, and that you have to do when getting ready to go into your interview, is have a professional demeanor at all times. That means when you get into the waiting room, present yourself to the receptionist, let them know that you're here for an interview with so-and-so. Smile, greet them, small talk if possible. If not, just have a seat. No matter how long it takes for the person to come out, don't, get attitudes. Have a professional demeanor. Sit there, waiting. You can look at your phone if you want to, go over some paperwork, do that. I've seen people who were, is he coming out yet? I've seen people in the interview thing, about to go into the interview, is Carrie coming out yet? Or, because I've been sitting here for a minute. Or I've seen people talk to the receptionist, oh, do you have a bad attitude today? Okay, because it seems like you're having a bad day. You can't do that. Even if the receptionist is having a bad day, being rude to you, just smile. You're going to get a job. Don't worry about them. Don't do things like that, because when I saw that, I was busting up in my head. The next thing that I want to say is, when you first see the interviewer, smile. And basically, in the interview, you have to sell yourself. Basically, what you're doing in every interview is selling yourself. So you have to have the highest value on yourself, basically, when you go on these interviews, okay? Anytime I go to an interview, I'm smiling, I'm ready, making small talk. Hello, how are you? I'm doing great, yeah. Enjoying the weather today. It's pretty, sunny out, thankfully. Hopefully we're not going to have a few more months until winter, a little bit of smiling, talking, small talk like that. And so then basically what you want to do then is, now I'm going to go through a mock interview and show you how to properly answer these questions, because like I said, a lot of people don't know how to answer questions, don't know how to right at the snap of a finger come up with a story or an instance like these people are asking for. So I'm going to show you how I do it, and I'm just going to explain everything. I have 5 questions basically, because interviews usually are like 5 to 10 questions basically, behavioral questions. So here we go. First question. So Daryl, tell me about a time when you had to, go above and beyond customer expectations and, do something for a customer. Okay, definitely. Yeah, I can definitely remember a time when I was working at Disney. I remember, while doing vacation planning, I was able to. A customer had came in from another country, and she had come in and was expecting to have park hopper passes to be able to go to all the parks and get to all the parks every day, basically with her family. And when we got there and gave her tickets, we noticed that she had only gotten the 2 park pass. And once explained to her, she was very upset. The kids were very upset, crying, doing things like that. And we all felt really bad. So basically, we all got together and we were able to get that guest the park hopper pass so that she can enjoy every park with her family. She was very happy and thankful and grateful for us doing that. And she actually wrote us a very good review. So I'm happy that we were able to do that. See how I did that? T. And easy. You don't even have to really, basically what you have to do when they ask that question is you have to just think to one of your jobs basically, and then come up with an instance where you made a customer happy. If you were a cashier at McDonald's or a cashier at Party City, you want to say, well, I can remember one time where I was at Party City and, a customer order was not ready by the time of her daughter's birthday. She thought she was going to be late. So we put a rush order on that. We basically had one person at the register and we put a rush order on her order and got that out in time for her daughter's birthday. It's that easy. Just come up with something. It's not hard. You can't let these people scare you. You can't let these people get to you. Come up with a story from your past, one of your jobs. It doesn't matter what job it is. Think of the job and then think of making a customer happy. Basically what I do is I put myself back into the job and then think of what I would do to make somebody happy. It works every time. And they get their lives from answers like that. Trust me, y'all. I always know when I have an interview because I see that sparkle in their eye when I answer a question. Or I get a, wow. Or, and then I know I got the job, basically. So, do it. Next. Okay, tell me about a time where you had to work with a group of people and how did that go? I definitely always have had to work with groups. In school, my major is journalism and broadcasting, so I can remember definitely in one of my journalism classes, I would say, definitely having to work with a group of people for one of our final projects. We had to come up with a 20-page portfolio for 20 different companies, and it had to be totally unique and different. So basically, there were 3 of us in the group, so we divided the 20 basically between the 3 of us, and we all, took that number of ads and came up with that, put it all together, and we actually were able to pass the grade. So I really enjoy working with groups. It gives me, a chance to collaborate with other minds and other creative people, so I always enjoy working in a group. See how easy that was? Don't let them scare you, y'all. Next question. Tell me about a time where you had to deal with an angry customer. Oh, I can definitely remember, Best Buy, definitely. I remember Black Friday one year. I think it was when the Xbox 360 had came out. I was, working the phones. And I had a really irate customer call in, demanding to speak with a manager at that second. I don't want to hear what you're saying. Just get me a manager. Be quiet. Shut up. Just being really mad and angry. And I can remember, letting the customer know that, it is Black Friday. We have all of our managers out on the floor dealing with, the crowd and things like that. So if they wanted to come back into the store, we would be happy to take care of the Xbox 360. I believe it had a red ring or something like that. And he came in. We exchanged it, and he was actually fine with it once he came in. It's all about, just being calm with the customer, not, letting them rile you up or get to you when they're angry. It's about calming them down and rectifying the situation. See how I did that? So easy. You people think I'm lying? Check the list again. I've been able to get so many companies. Get your life. Just try it, y'all. Trust me, it's gonna work. Okay, so tell me about some of your strengths and some of your weaknesses. I definitely believe some of my strengths are my vocal skills. I'm able to talk with customers in a calm demeanor and, find out what their problem is or help them get whatever, situation that they're going through together. In any instance, I've had so much experience in different jobs that I'm able to basically be like a chameleon. I can, camouflage myself to do any position. Basically, if you put me in a McDonald's kitchen or, selling a BMW, I'm able to do basically everything. So that's one thing I think is one of my strengths, as well as teamwork, dedication, motivation, and things like that. As far as weaknesses on the job, I would say I have none, because I'm the type of person who, when I come into a company, I want to do my best to stay with the company, work hard, be recognized for my hard work, and possibly work up in the company. So personal weaknesses, I would say possibly just staying focused on things. Sometimes is one of my weaknesses, but that's about it. See how I did that? You have to sell yourself, people. Sell yourself, and it will work. Trust me. The next thing that we want to say, and the last thing, why should I hire you? And that's one of the hardest questions I think people come across, and it's so easy. The answer is so easy, and that is, I believe that if you hire me, you won't regret it, because I am the type of person who is going to work hard, come in every day on time with a smile on my face, leave my problems at the door, come into the company and work my way up, however long it takes, basically, as long as I'm recognized for hard work. And you won't regret hiring me, because I definitely will be an asset to your company. So easy, y'all. So like I said, today's video is an interview tutorial. Share this with everybody, especially our black men, some of our ignorant black men, no shade, who don't know how to go on an interview, who don't know how to present themselves. And it's easy. Post some of your results down there if you use some tactics. Deuces. We'll be back with a real show on Friday. Spilling tea with DB. Okay, deuces.